Today, guys, we will be reviewing the Somali fraud in Minnesota. Bro, this only got 2 million views on YouTube. Bro, you know how many views this shit got? But bro, this video got 150 million views on Twitter. That shit been taking over Twitter for the last 3 days.
Daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
Anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent?
Yo, is this guy in fucking NPC or what?
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
Why is he talking like that? When are you gonna hold Governor Walz accountable for this? Fucking cornball.
Soda.
I don't think anybody is enabling fraud to happen.
Hold Governor Walz accountable for this.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that?
Make sure to watch that ad all the way through.
Answer the question. Are there children? There's no children inside this building. Potentially the largest fraud scandal in U.S. history is taking place in Minnesota, as literally billions of dollars have been funneled through Somali-ran fraudulent businesses. So much fraud, it could actually almost replace the entire GDP of Somalia. These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota government as they enabled billions of dollars.
Hold on, I know this guy.
These fraudsters have worked hand in hand with the Minnesota.
Bro, I know the guy on the left. I swear to God, I know this guy. He looks so familiar. I know this guy right here. I've hooped him with him before. Ain't no way, bro. I know this guy. He was a fraudster this whole time?
As they enabled billions of dollars to be given to fraudulent businesses underneath welfare purposes. Some of this money eventually landed in the hands of terrorist groups in Somalia like the Al-Shabaab, and others enriched themselves all at the U.S. taxpayers' expense. And in this video we will break down all of the fraud from start to finish, from going to the fraudulent businesses and confronting the people who are making millions of dollars from the government. And we will also be confronting the incompetent government leaders who let this fraud happen. And to make this happen, I met up with a man who's been doing his own investigation for years now, as he has seen the fraud firsthand. His name is David. Let's get into this and be prepared to be shocked. How deep is this fraud here inside of Minnesota?
It is far worse than anybody can imagine. You heard it's 7 to 10 billion and maybe more, and now the numbers have been revised and put out there publicly that they think it's more like 8 billion. How I got involved
8
is
billion?
that where my office is here in Minneapolis, I'm sort of in the heart of all of this fraud, and I would see these childcare centers. I said, well, there aren't any kids there. It's the middle of the day. I see are a couple of guys standing out front smoking, and then I'd go by another daycare and I'd see the same thing. I said, well, where do these kids play? And so I started to go online and look, and I said, this place is licensed for 80 children. They had 0 children. Every time I went by there, they never had a single child there. And then I started to see all these transportation companies going around, and it was always a Somali driver. And I said, well, that's great. They're out there transportation, contributing, but they never had a passenger, never, ever once. And I said, well, what is all this transportation? What are they doing? So then I found out that in Minnesota...
Bro, this shit big enough to deadass be a top NASDAQ listed company. 8 billion is ridiculous. Yo, what I miss, what scam is this? How do I get in? Bro, this is the problem with Indians, man. This is the problem with Indians, man. You learn about a scam and your first initial thought is, damn, he got to it before me. This is why we have a low trust society, bro. People like fucking Omar SK. I'm Pakistani, same shit, man. Where's your outrage that our government was being defrauded for years? Instead, you're like, damn, bro, how come I didn't make any chicken?
They have some...
But yo, deadass, this shit right here is so crazy. You know what? I low-key knew something. I'm not gonna say too much, but I heard one time. I didn't think much of it because I didn't think there was a real big issue. I heard this guy from Minnesota. It was a bunch of people I know from Minnesota, all working in home care. This is a real story, guys. And I was like, hold on, why does everybody work in home care? Then I seen something on Twitter or IG or something. They were like, yo, if you know, you know. If Somali works in home care or runs a home care, he's making chicken. I was like, yo, what? Now all this shit makes sense now, bro. This shit all makes sense, bro. But I think, look, here's the thing, though. I think we have to understand all the context. This fucking little rat right here, this white guy, he's definitely paid to try to push the narrative on Muslims and Somalis. A lot of people, look, I see two different stories. A lot of people on Twitter are defending the Somalis, saying that that people like this guy Nick are just pushing narratives against Somalis and Muslims. And then My personal opinion is that these Somalis did fraud the government, bro. You still gotta, you know what I'm saying? Just because they're Somali and Muslim, that doesn't mean you have to defend them. What they did is still wrong, bro. You feel me?
Emergency medical transportation. So this is going to the dentist's office.
Basically, the point I was trying to make just now, if you didn't understand, is that you said you weren't going to say too much. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is that regardless of if people are trying to push these narratives against Somalis, against Muslims, whatever, to take away from the story being about Zionists and Israel, it's still fraud, you know what I'm saying? Somalis should have never given them a chance. And by the way, the Somalilanders, bro, fuck those guys, man. They just fucking sided with the devil, signed a deal with Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? Somalis are just taking L's this week. I ain't gonna lie, straight L's.
Therapy, whatever it might be. And I said, well, how many of these companies are there? And the research came back that there are 1,020 of them, and more than 800 of them are Somali owned. Nobody from the state of Minnesota ever cross-checks to see if any rides were ever actually provided. All they did was write the check.
Bro, this shit is the method. Bro, so basically all they did was open a transportation service funded by the government. They never give out no rides and just pocketed all the money. So really, they're just driving around. They got a free car. Everything right off. They're writing off everything. Gas, everything. Expenses. And they get to pay themselves a salary. Bro, they found the fucking method, bro.
Here we have all this paperwork. And how are you getting all this information about the fraud?
A lot of it is through my own research and accurate, coming directly from research done by people at the state capitol.
All this paperwork right here, what are we looking at?
The areas of fraud that I have numbers for are mostly related to childcare. This is massive fraud.
Yo, this guy spent fucking years of his life researching this shit. Y'all think he just hates Somalis, or he hates like government fraud and waste? He's so passionate about this shit. I feel like he hates Somalis.
That is beyond anyone's imagination, the scope. And so, for example, there's a child care not far from here in Minneapolis that has two child cares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for 120 children. I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
Damn.
These Somalians, these groups are setting up these daycares, these childcare centers, getting money from the government, but there's no kids.
No kids. Never had any of them. They're all fraught with violations. And
bro, I ain't gonna lie. If I was one of the Somalis running this scheme, I would tell bro right here, the bro that's been fucking researching this shit for 20 years. I would tell him, bro, we'll break you off. What's 100, 200 bands? They're making millions. What is it to throw him 200, 300 bands? And he'll obviously take that. He'd be dumb not to. Or he can negotiate. Look at this fucking dweeb right here. If he's able to do this shit, come on, chat. You think I can't do this shit? Look at this dweeb.
they're still in operation and they're still getting money. And it's millions of dollars for every one of them every year.
And who's getting the money? And where are they getting the money from?
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's a blend of federal and state money. The bottom line is...
All right, write that down, CCAP.
From.
So we have a thing called CCAP. It's
Child Care Assistance Program. I'm going to check if they have this shit in Texas. If they do, you might see me in the next documentary. And you might see me in the yours too. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Chat, this is the method right here. Child Care Assistance Program. Check if they got in your state. Don't be 5% just for the idea.
of federal and state money. The bottom line is it's taxpayer money, so it's state money and it's federal money. And the problem is the people at the state of Minnesota are the ones writing the checks. This is kind of the maddening thing is you have daycare, so you have adult daycare, and then you have child care.
Adult daycare.
And then you have health care. And a lot of these same names keep coming up on all of these different types of businesses. And then, of course, we have the transportation, and a lot of those same names appear, a lot of the same addresses. There's one building that has 14 Somali healthcare companies at the same address.
God
There's another
damn.
building in St. Paul that has 22 Somali healthcare businesses at the same address.
And the government knows about this.
The government knows they're writing the checks. Yeah, the Democrats over there just writing the checks. What has happened is that the Somali community is a very closed community. They will not speak to anyone outside the community and talk about what's going on within the community. They vote as a block, And so when you're a politician, you're
Adult
saying,
daycare,
look,
like
I've
old
got
people.
100,000 people in Minnesota that if I do something for the community, they're going to vote for me. And that's what it's all about, is getting the votes. And then the people here in Minnesota, you hear this term, Minnesota nice. I'm so sick of that term. The people here are so afraid of being called a racist.
Somali solid entrepreneurs for real. 100% profitable business. Bro, 100% profit margins, bro. They're making hundreds of millions a year, bro. They spending that shit on bananas and rice.
People here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe, and they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it. Tim Wall's saying there's organized crime in Minnesota. What did he do about it? Nothing. You got organized crime? What are you doing? This is the Minnesota law, which mandates that anyone who knows of fraud and is a state employee must report that fraud. It's Minnesota Statute 3.971, Subdivision 9.
Bro, some Somali guy must have slimed this guy the fuck out, bro. There's no way he got this much hate.
Is also guilty of misconduct of a public employee. When I look at the world as a whole and I look at fraud, the Twin Cities is ground zero. The fraud is worse here than anywhere else ever in history. Anywhere.
Nah, come on.
We're gonna go confront these people. We're gonna go to these daycare centers. We're gonna see what's actually happening.
Okay, so we have to be careful because these people are very violent.
This guy said the most fraud ever in human history. Has he not been to Algeria yet? This guy's clearly never heard of Algeria. He's never been to NYC. Bro, everybody in the hood doing that shit. PPP, fraud, and checks. You never been to... No, I'm already knowing, bro. How you think all those dudes in the hood, they living in the projects rocking fucking Gucci, Prada, Louis, come on, bro. Driving fucking Beamers and shit with no jobs, never ever clocked in their lives. America is, yeah, I agree with you, bro. America is everywhere. Everybody's doing fraud. White people doing fraud, black people doing fraud, Brazilian people with blonde hair, they doing everybody doing fraud, bro. You know what I'm saying?
They're exceptionally violent.
Now, with all of David's evidence, we headed out to the streets of Minneapolis
We stream and they take a percentage when the platform is free. Facts, bro.
to see how much fraud we could uncover in one afternoon. Where are we going now?
We're going to a place called Mako Child Care, which actually has another child care registered at the same address called Mini Child Care Center.
So we should see lots of children if there's this child care center, especially if there's two.
The two of them combined are licensed for 120.
And how much money have these child care centers received?
None of those vans had moved in 6 months. None of them. In 2020,
God damn.
one of them received 1.3 million. In 2021, they got 987,000. In 2022, they got 700.
Yo, hold on, bro. I never said shit about you, bro. I've been agreeing with everything you said. Fuck my hairline gotta do with anything, bro.
14,000. That's the last I have for that one. And then the other one, 1.604 million in fiscal year 2025.
God
Fiscal year
damn.
2024.
1.6
they got
mil?
About 800,000. And in fiscal year 2023, they got 904,000.
Bro, you see, this is the problem right here. This is the problem, bro. They got greedy. 2023, they made a mil. 2024, they made another mil. They got greedy and wanted to double that shit. They made 1.6 mil. This is why you don't get greedy, Chad, bro. This is the problem with, I know a lot of people that do fraud and scam, and what they do, how they always get caught is to get greedy. That's what happens every fucking time. They get greedy. You know what I'm saying? I bet if they made $500,000-600K a year, $500,000-600K a year, they would have never got caught. They got greedy. Then this fucking Roger over here had to come. Where the fuck is this money at? Apparently it's in Minnesota, bro. Hey, fuck it. 30-day stream in Minnesota. Rico, we out.
$59.
We do a marathon in Minnesota, we gonna come out with an M.
This place right here. Yes.
5.2.
Outside of it.
Well, this is actually two daycares are registered here. One of them is Mako, which you see on this sign. The other one is Mini Child Care Center. And between the two of these
The 40K.
child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year.
Hey, that
And there are
40K
no
method is
children.
not patched
Every
yet, bro. That shit
facility
is not
you go
patched.
to, the windows will be blocked out, so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
There are indeed no windows. All the windows are blacked out right here. All right, let's go in.
That's insane.
And the child care center is locked. Should we ring the doorbell? Try to get in, rang the doorbell. Nobody showed up. They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. And this building here, right here, has generated millions of dollars, and it seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday. And if this was a daycare center, it wouldn't just be in some industrialized building. There would be maybe like a playground or something outside, or...
There's no play area for the kids. So where are the kids? Where's anybody? How can there be nobody here? And it's like this every single day.
Bro, they make it
I've
chicken,
never
bro.
seen a single child here.
Hold on, bro. Before we move any further, let me see if they got this shit. See if I can make some bread out here in Texas. Child Care Assistance Program, right? CCAP. Child Care. Chat, we about to make some bread. Financial aid. Y'all seeing this? I'm giving y'all the method right now as we speak. I ain't gonna lie, we gonna have bro trying to go to jail. I'm trying to make some fucking money, bro. I'm not gonna be greedy and make like an M a year. I'll make 100,000 a year. Nobody's gonna catch me.
9 years, I've never seen a single child at this building. Right there.
Oh,
9
then
years.
Now it looks like we already got the Somalis coming through.
Yeah, they're coming. The word's out.
Hello, is this your daycare?
Indians now, look at him.
Can you tell us why there are no children? Have you ever seen children at this child care center?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Doesn't know if she's ever seen a child here. All right, let's go to the next location. And the fraud only gets more from here. Make sure you stay till the
Twitch
very
bad
end of
word.
this video to see exactly how much fraud we find by the time we are done. And before we go to the next location, I want to show you something super interesting about the flags of Minnesota. And here in Minnesota, if you take a look at the Minnesota state flag, they recently changed it, and it very much so resembles the flag of Somalia. And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip.
And if I can use it, I know.
Damn, she's low-key bad. I'm trying to crack them up. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, bro. I'm not listening.
Daycare center. How much money has this
That was
one
the best part
generated?
of the video.
This one, in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally one block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here.
Somalis are low-key genius, man.
This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've
Yo, why is he looking for children, though? We might have to investigate this brother next. Why is he pulling up to ABC Learning Center looking for children? Chat, I think maybe we need to do a part 2 for this investigation and start looking at this guy.
seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars. I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door. Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the...
Where's the camera? What the fuck?
Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare. Can I speak to a manager?
Try it
Where
later.
can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare. And after a few questions, the lady went silent. Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Child Care.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which says it's licensed for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
Bro, not one of them
I
are
want
open.
to put my son Joey in daycare. Cause I need
Why?
a spot to put my son Joey.
She said why?
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They
Huh?
got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
You don't know my son.
No!
You don't know my
Liar.
son.
I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you...
She said recording. Why is this guy lying? She did. Wait, chat. Did she just say recording?
Your curry.
She said recording. This guy making it seem like she said, nah, well, he's wilding.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
No.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all
tax
getting mad because he's showing the
I
paperwork
don't
of this
know that.
business being registered as a business. 74 children,
I've
no
lived my
children.
whole life
We
here.
saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all getting
money
mad.
go? What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent
ask
on?
the owner.
There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking for the
not my
owner
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them?
Bro, this
Did
shit's
you
kinda
lose these
crazy.
kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Yo, Omar, what you know about frutos?
We're moving on to the next location.
Omar, what you know about
Have a good
frutos?
day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking
What you know
place
about
here
that
in
bunda?
Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city. And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million.
Boy, Omar,
in the
man,
past
5
two-
million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now. From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign. That's how blatant this fraud is here at this
Yo,
So
Leering
this is
Center.
Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center. They
Yo,
said
chat.
they spelled learning wrong.
Leering Center.
How do you have
There's no
ice
way,
here, man?
bro.
I'm literally a
Yo,
head. The Somalis started following us around the city.
that shit says Leering Center. Ain't no way, bro. Quality Leering Center.
Spelled learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTube.
So you know all the Somali lingo. You know Bahawas, you know all that shit.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in
Leering Center is
Minnesota?
crazy.
Don't open up! We have ice!
And what do you think about
called
this
him
place
ice.
being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million
Don't
over
open
the
up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
Go away!
You know
You're
what it-
not welcome here!
Are you-
Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you. It's
going
ice.
illegally,
Don't open up!
fraudulently to this business that has
Because you know
Quality
about
Learning
Bahawas?
Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up!
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up! It's ice!
They throwing her money for this
You
shit
do
too?
realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare center.
There's 99 children.
Leering Center.
Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped?
Her voice mad annoying. Don't open up. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This guy has too much time on his hands to be able to uncover this whole shit. Bro, he's talking about I drove past each learning center 100 times and never saw kids. Shit's crazy, bro. Number one, why is he looking for kids? And number two, how the fuck does he have all the time to drive by each learning center 100 times?
Hey, where are the?
Chat, I'm gonna watch like 5 to 10 more minutes of this. Max.
This is state of Minnesota, right here.
And who are you?
Comparison to Thief of Joy. Facts. That boy Omar trying to be the Thief of Joy, man. Hoeing me.
Nick Shirley.
You guys want to still watch this or no? Honestly, we get the point. Quality Leering Center is fucking hilarious, though. Let's keep it buck.